This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
The economy sucks and you can't afford Christmas, but it's okay. Give your kids the gift that's been around for centuries. Stick, stick, stick. Stick is the original Transformer. 1 minute Stick is a rifle, then Stick transforms into a sword. Even your kid can be Harry Potter as Stick changes into a magic wand. Stick, stick, stick. Stick can be your dance partner. Stick can be your imaginary friend that tells you to do bad things like stabbing the cat in the eye. Stick, stick, stick. Stick is a million toys in one. Stick can be a sharp, pointy thing to antagonize baby birds, beehives, anthills, and your little sister.
Stop, Mom!
And parents, Stick is more than a toy. It also can be used as a behavior modification tool.
Stop hitting your sister with your stick!
From the makers of rock, it's Stick, Stick, Stick!
I hate Stick.
Available everywhere.
When you think about it, Christmas is everywhere outside. You just got to be willing to go out and pick one up.
It's true.
And wrap up Stick. They won't be expecting Stick.
I'm getting them good vibes. Oh, yeah. Living this good life.
Nope.
You know what they're going to think? You know what the kid's going to think? The kid's going to see that Stick wrapped up under the tree and go, it's a giant piece of beef jerky. A score. It's just a stick.
Is that what he's going to think?
Oh, yeah.
Is beef jerky usually...
Joke's on you, you little punk.
Round.
Here, go beat your sister.
God, if there was a round stick wrapped under the tree, what would I have thought it was? I honestly, as a kid, I would have been like, it's a wand. I honestly would have.
Yeah.
I totally.
Well, that's the innocence.
My imagination would have been probably fine with that. Isn't that? But nowadays,
that's the innocent child in you until Lamb of God got a hold of you. Then it was all downhill. Then you grew horns. Actually, that was interesting.
We don't talk about my birth defect on the air.
What's that thing sticking out of your tailbone? What was that? What was that thing in Shallow Hal? What did he call that?
Oh, yeah.
Jason, what did he call that thing?
I don't remember, but yeah, it's
it wiggled.
Yeah. What's your coccyx? It's when it's...
I know, but he had a name for his.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like a dog tail, and it wiggled. Oh, I can't remember. Didn't he have a pet name for it?
I don't remember. Why do you make me Google the stupidest things?
Because I think the movie ended with him walking away with a date, and his tail was wiggling.
Inoperable vestigial tail.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know. It's a real condition.
That was the best part of that movie, his wiggly tail.
It was a pretty...
It's funny. Funny.
Okay, anyway, the reason I played that crappy country song, on Wednesday, a 46-year-old man in carjacked an Amazon delivery truck.
Hey, so far so good.
They should have gone on strike the day before, right? And attacked the driver, everything. He was later caught, but the great part about this was he was wearing a red shirt that said "Good Vibes Only."
Oh, yeah. That's badass. I wear that to Key West. Oh, yeah.
So, my friend had a neighbor. They were great. They were in the apartment across the hall. They had a welcome mat. It said "Good Vibes Only." Mm-hmm. Huge potheads.
Great, great shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Good
like
vibes.
you would walk in the apartment building and you knew what strand of weed they were smoking based on the smell.
Right on.
Like I'd be like, oh, they have some sort of berry variant today, or whatever, or oh, there's some sort of piney variant. Da 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 da. The problem with that was it's a no smoking campus. So there's like zero. Like you're not even supposed to vape anything there. Like it's zero tolerance for smoking. So they're Good Vibes Only, Matt. It always made us laugh because we were like, bro, you have too many good vibes because you're gonna get your ass kicked out, and they did eventually.
Boom.
Yeah. But and the Good Vibes Only and carjacking just go hand in hand. I find the Good Vibes Only people really like to break the law.
I love that. I love that shirt. I feel like I had a shirt like that when I was. Oh, well, that's different. That's good vibrations. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
Dude, this tune is a jam.
Man, if you ever want to hear a good story, Brian Wilson was up at David Crosby's house up in the hills there in L.A. when David Crosby lived up there. And they were up doing, I think, acid all night. And Brian Wilson, David Crosby said he passed out. Brian Wilson, the sun was coming up. He was still at the piano working on Good Vibrations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is
working
cool.
out the harmonies for it. And him and David Crosby sat there high as a kite and finished it off up in the Malibu Hills, which would be, well, you were there. What?
Yeah, the Canyon Road or whatever.
The canyon. What'd they call that? There was a name for the canyon.
Is there?
Why am I forgetting it?
I don't know.
God, I can't remember anything today.
I know.
Laurel Canyon.
Oh, okay.
Where all the hippies and rock stars,
Yeah.
Jackson Browne and everybody lived. Frank Zappa, they all lived up there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, have you ever get a chance to see that David Crosby documentary before he died? I don't remember the name of it, but I think it was called Because I Got High. But for the most part, it's him and his regrets. But most of his life, he doesn't remember because he was just stoned out of his brain.
That's terrible.
And who did he borrow money for to buy a sailboat? I can't remember all the details. Somebody gave him $25,000. He was broke. Think about that. He's in Crosby, Stills, and Nash. He's broke. Blew it all on drugs. Who gave him $25,000 for a sailboat? Somebody just said, "Here, you need to get out of L.A." He bought a boat, sailed the world. Pretty cool. That's. Of course, if you listen to Southern Cross, you'll know how he sailed around the world. Oh, Papa Ebe.
You're full of stories.
On a midnight watch, I realized why twice she ran away. Lost every woman in his life. It's actually a sad documentary. If you're, unless you hate David Crosby. Why do you have a reason to hate David Crosby?
I don't. I barely know the man.
He birthed a child with Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah, well, she birthed the child.
Well, yeah, technically, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I guess that's the end of that story.
It's a great story.
It's a great story. I wish him well. More good vibes coming your way, dog.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Kick off the Rudolph outtakes.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's check in with an old Christmas favorite. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was on TV. Yeah, it's a sweet little show. Everybody watches it.
Yeah, I missed it. I'm pissed.
Makes you feel good. Makes you love your neighbor.
I watched it twice.
I know they're cartoon guys, but there were outtakes. The cartoons kind of take a life of their own.
Sure.
And not everything you see on TV was the finished product. There are actually outtakes from Rudolph.
Okay.
And so Rudolph traveled alone, but managed to find a little friend.
Oh, is this your snowbank?
No. Who are you?
Well, actually, I am a dentist.
A dentist?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not really a dentist. I'm just a lonely elf, and I really like animals.
Yeah?
Really like animals, if you know what I mean. I'm living an independent alternative lifestyle.
Me too. I'm independent, whatever you said.
Really? Wow. This is my lucky day. What do you say we warm up together behind that snowbank?
Okay.
You wouldn't mind my red nose?
Oh.
Not if you don't mind my red candy cane.
Oh.
Ooh.
Help, police! Pervert!
Wait, come back. I think you're cute.
And he thinks I'm cute! Help!
Well, Rudolph never did find the police as he ran away from his new misfit friend, and he realized that evening that he may have been a little hard on Herbie, for lack of a better term. But it was Christmas time, and Rudolph was more than happy to go back and make up with his little friend. And on a particularly foggy Christmas Eve, Santa requested both Herbie and Rudolph guide his sleigh.
Stay tuned for an X-rated Nutcracker coming up. boy. Things could have taken a turn back in the 70s, but we came out of it unscathed, I guess. How are you?
Disappointed in you.
It's bad enough as it turned out. We didn't need to make it worse. But anyways,
okay.
Everybody got a gift. Everybody's happy.
So one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time is The Ref with Dennis Leary. I freaking love Dennis Leary anyway. He's one of my favorite humans on the planet. And the kid in The Ref, Jesse, is a complete asshole. And it starts out with you find out that the kid stole the baby Jesus from the nativity scene at the church, right? And the parents defend the kid all day long, say he's not a bad kid. He is. He's a total snithead. But anyway, I saw this story and I was like, look at this total snit-eating grin on this kid's face. Fort Collins, Colorado, police are looking for a suspect who stole a baby Jesus from a nativity scene.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This Grinch tried to ruin Christmas by stealing the baby Jesus from the Old Town Square nativity scene. Fort Collins Police Services posted on the Facebook machine. And you can see him running away with a baby Jesus in his arms.
Grand Theft Jesus.
Dude. According to police, the reported theft happened on Sunday at about 2:19 in the morning. Nothing good happens after midnight. The nativity scene was positioned behind restraint fencing at the Old Town Square. Yeah, they probably knew someone was going to come for the baby Jesus. Fort Collins police are looking for the suspect wearing a pretty bulky sweater there. Police told Fox 31 that the figurine is approximately 18 inches long. Suspect was seen with 3 other people at the time of the theft, but their descriptions were not immediately available.
When I think of baby Jesus, there's only one thing.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, or as our brothers to the south call you,
Jesus.
Jesus, we thank you so much for this bountiful harvest of Domino's, KFC, and the always delicious Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I just want to take time to say thank you for my family, my 2 beautiful, handsome, striking sons, Walker and Texas Ranger, or TR, as we call him. Mm-hmm. And, of course, my red-hot smoking wife, Carly, who's a stone-cold fox, who, if you were to rate her ass on 100, it would easily be a 94. Also want to thank you for my best friend and teammate, Cal Naughton Jr., who's got my back no matter what.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, we also thank you for my wife's father, Chip. We hope that you can use your baby Jesus powers to heal him and this horrible leg. And it smells terrible, and the dogs are always bothering with it. Dear tiny infant Jesus.
Hey, sweetie, Jesus did grow up. You don't always have to call him baby. It's a bit odd and off-putting to pray to a baby.
Well, look, I like the Christmas Jesus best, and I'm saying grace. When you say grace, you can say it to grown-up Jesus or teenage Jesus or bearded Jesus or whoever you want.
Right.
You know what I want? I want you to do this grace good so that God will let us win tomorrow.
I mean, is there anything else?
No.
That's why I pray for victory on the golf course.
Give me PC too.
Okay. You're welcome.
Jesus is real mad. Jesus is real mad. Jesus is real mad. He's not included in your Christmas plans. Jesus is real mad. And so is his dad. Jesus is real mad. If he wasn't Jesus, he would yell out, damn. He died for your sins on a cross, miss. He died for your sins on a cross, miss. He died for your sins on a cross, miss. Not so you could buy crap at Walmart. He died for your sins on a cross, miss. He died for your sins on a cross, miss. He died for your sins on a cross, miss. Not so you could buy crap at Walmart. Jesus is real mad.
I like the flair of that song.
Hey, I'm going to say this, but I'm only going to say it because my mom had a stroke and she won't understand what I'm saying at this point in life. But isn't it easy to steal a baby Jesus when it's not nailed down?
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Was that already in there? Did I repeat that?
That's
I know.
pretty
Sorry,
good.
I wasn't listening. I was queuing up Talladega Nights.
That's pretty good.
What else?
That's it. I think we've done enough.
Paul, did you go online and vote for the JJO door for Christmas? I'm going to need you to go ahead and do that.
Jesus.
We're trying to have world domination here. All right, newer, gayer, dumber. That's JJO News.
Door of misfit toys and dildos.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to check that out.
I didn't even put the dildo on there.
Aw.
I left it off.
Aw.
Well, because there still might be clients coming in. That's why I hide it. I hid the nipple too.
I wondered. I'm like, you put it behind the GIMP mask. I'm like, that's really weird. It's a waste of a nipple. But
yeah, I had to.
That's fine.
For some reason, the nipple's the line. You
Yeah,
can show the breast, but not the nipple.
Yeah, isn't that strange? The whole round part, the fun part, but you can't show the nipple
I
part.
think the nipple's the fun part.
Well, sure, but I mean, it's a package deal. I'm just saying. You really can't have one without the other. Although I'd rather have a huge one without a nipple than not a huge one with a nipple.
I'll take anything I can get.
Whatever.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
Did you know that the hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you?
Or you can listen to this one.
Bears can smell your menstruation.
I can smell your menstruation.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and Dee, nowhere but JJO.
So the parent company Textron confirmed that the operations are being suspended at the Thief River Falls and St. Cloud.
Yeah.
That's big.
Well, they were, I think that was a fire sale when they bought them. So if I understand that, somebody told me, who the hell, that they were laying people off a couple of months ago, their engineering department, and he's like, uh-oh. Because they were bought out. They were not a standalone.
And then they lay people off, and they're like, but everything is going to be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
okay.
just the whole...
This is just some restructuring at the top.
Yeah, the people
and you guys are fine. And then a few months later...
Yeah.
You're not fine. You're FUBAR.
But
at Christmas.
What else does Textron?
Merry Christmas, assholes.
What else does? You want to get her some oxygen? What else does Textron own? Hang on a minute. See, when these big conglomerates buy stuff, buy crap they don't know anything about, they usually go right down the tank. Textron. Textron. What is that?
Yeah, what is that? Is that one of those?
Textron is a $14 billion multi-industry company employing 35,000 thinkers, creators, and doers, except for snowmobiles. Stop thinking about those. We make things that fly, hover, vibrate. Hello. Textron Aviation.
Nothing on...
Aerospace, defense, specialized vehicles, turf care, and fuel systems.
Is this just the parent company?
They don't know a lot about snowmobiles. Yes, it's a conglomerate. And wait, do the Chinese own it? No, it's an American. It's out of Providence, Rhode Island. Not China.
They own everything else.
So I'm not really surprised. Because the standalone, I got to think about this. Polaris, I think, makes their own sleds. I know Ski-Doo does. That's Bombardier. They're out of Canada. And then you've got, and then Yamaha. I think Yamaha was made by, was partnered with Arctic Cat, weren't they? Do you know that?
Yeah. Yamaha made motors for Arctic Cat.
For Arctic Cat, there you go.
And then Yamaha 2025 is their last year of production for sleds.
Yes.
So they're going out too.
They're out too, right.
So Arctic Cat is kind of a blow for sure.
So you're going to have, you can't say blow on the radio. So you've got, unless you have some. But then we have Polaris.
I'm too poor.
We have Polaris. We have Polaris and Arctic Cat, or Ski-Doo. And these are people that have been making sleds for 100 years.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of when. It reminds me of when AMF bought Harley back in the 60s. And they were you had too many chefs in the kitchen. That's the problem with that stuff.
So are you going to be able to find like parts for your?
I'm
you
sure.
get an Arctic Cat
I'm
now,
sure.
are you going to be able to find parts for your 2025 Arctic
Well, that's why you
Cat?
buy a Polaris.
Here, hang on. I didn't see the.
Let's make sure the next break isn't sponsored by an Arctic Cat deal.
Yeah.
Arctic Cat will suspend.
It's not like we're going to get the money for much longer.
Yeah, that check won't clear. Get that. Hey, you want to get that in cash? Thanks, I appreciate it.
Up front.
Textron has announced it's exploring strategic alternatives regarding the future of the power sports. Yeah, they're looking to shed skin. We remain open for business, respect selling current inventory, and providing aftermarket support to existing installed customer base, our sales organization, customer service sites, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to just phase out unless somebody steps in with the golden parachute. Arctic Cat will continue to sell model 2025 snowmobiles throughout the year. Production future models depend upon outcome of Textron's evaluation of strategic. That's a fancy way of saying, yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, that's a fancy way of saying, yeah, no. That's word salad, folks.
Yeah, they recently added ATVs and side-by-side UTVs to their lineup.
Right.
Now, those side-by-sides are huge. Everybody be buying them side-by-side.
Well, you see them all over Sturgis. I mean,
Right.
everybody.
Oh, you mean like the Indiana Jones thing where he's sitting in the side cut? Is that what you're talking about?
No. That's a motorcycle
like the
sidecar.
racers and stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The big off-road
because
four-seaters.
they have a rally for those. I think it's the week before or after the bike rally in Sturgis. I can't remember which. But those are becoming the new hot snit.
Agreed.
Slingshot.
Well, that's a three-wheel. That's a different animal. That's a different animal. Yeah, why are you talking?
Right.
You don't know anything.
Yeah. Just stay in your lane, Lance.
Listen, go make a drink.
I'm going to trip you into the snow.
Who? Which one of us?
Wow. Well, hey, you
That
can't.
one.
Hey,
Okay.
I fell
He'll break a hip.
and laid in a ditch at Ho Chunk the other night. You can't.
I
there's
heard
nothing
about that.
there's
What
no-
happened to your
there's nothing
shin?
you can do that would make it my week worse, dude.
It
Trust
just
me.
walked past you. And he's like, oh, guy in a ditch. Well,
No, I was.
Just danger in a
Help
ditch.
I walked out of Ho Chunk the other night, and my car was clear at the end of the parking lot, and I had to pee. All of a sudden, it hit me, so I'm like, I'm going to pee behind this big truck.
Oh, no.
So I walked back there, and it had the biggest hitch on earth, and I found that out because I ran into it with my knee in the dark. And I dropped to the ground like a sack of potatoes and just laid in a ditch for about 5 minutes. And I think my leg is bleeding out. I just was laying in the ditch.
What? Were
Can somebody
you
give
all
me the
wet?
security footage
Yeah.
on that,
You were
please?
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't real snowy, but I just lay there.
They're Peter Griffin over there.
But I didn't have my pants down yet, thank God. I mean, I could have
Oh, that would have been great.
froze to death, but anyway.
Well, you don't pee like you're in grade school.
That
do
was
you?
that was my week. How was your week? Everything cool? God damn it! Oh God, I'm so
I'm sure.
huge bruise
Dude, the
right
last
below my
time-
knee.
The last time I did that,
Yeah.
it stuck out like an inch from my
Yeah.
freaking leg.
I've got
Yeah.
a dent. You could feel
Yeah.
it. It's a dent in my leg.
It's
No.
a life-changing moment when that
Oh, the
happens
shin
to
is.
you.
Oh,
yeah, it's
so
brutal.
we could see it later. Yeah. Can you
show.
I'll take
roll your pants
Sure,
up?
I'd be happy to.
Not down, up.
I deserve it. I deserve all of that.
So hold
frickin-
on. Were you on your side or were you
No,
like
just
dead
laying
bug?
on my back, and I'm like, why, God? Why?
And God was like, you know why. You
And
stupid
nobody
son of a bitch.
said a word. They just drove right past you.
Well, I couldn't yell for help. I mean, because I was, it was my own stupid fault, So I laid there, and I'm like, well, if this is the end, at least I gambled and lost. I gambled and lost again. I gambled inside and lost, and I gambled with a P and I lost.
Two up.
Good stuff, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna need PC too.
All right, so anyways, to wrap up the Arctic Cat story. So people, if you own an Arctic Cat sled, you're okay for parts. But I think going forward, I would think long term you would need another plan, unless you do a lot of the work yourself. And I'm sure a lot of the parts and belts and stuff you can buy, but
Right.
standard stuff. But powertrain, stuff would probably be a problem down the line.
Yeah. Give me PC too.
All right, dude.
This is audio of danger in the ditch.
My golden tea hand.
So dumb.
Why could we not be there for this?
We miss all the good stuff.
I know. Did you twirl? Did it look like you got hit like a knockout? Like you just, and then fall down? Did you have your
I
leg
think I
up?
made a little of that noise, but I didn't want to draw attention to myself because,
Well, you would have in your back.
some wild animal's going to come over and eat me or something over there by the golf course. But, yeah, that's my week. Good.
All
You know
right.
what I need when I'm gambling? I need a pit diaper.
No.
So I don't even have to leave the machine, dude.
He had a pit diaper on and shin guard pants, like the Thai boxing one. What's he doing? Oh, he's just going to the casino. Just normal.
Yeah. I might catch on, man. A pit diaper and knee pads. I mean, nothing strange there.
Yeah.
I've seen more strange outfits at Ho Chunk.
All right.
People in their pajamas and
get you a helmet too.
Robes, bathrobes. It's fine. Self-preservation, dude. You never know how your night's going to turn out. You got to plan for every contingency, man.
Should we get you one of those "I've fallen and I can't get up" necklaces?
Yeah,
well,
life alert.
my wife turned the tracker on my phone after I passed out at Popeye's Chicken.
Okay,
and
we're sharing a lot.
And they found me in the parking lot.
Whatever, it's the season of sharing.
So they
giving.
She can now track me. So if I'm going for like more than 12 hours, she can find me.
She's like, well, I checked every single Burger King parking lot. You're not in any of them.
Try Daly's. It might be in the basement. Anyways, so there's a little bad news, some good news and some bad news.
Yeah.
Bad news. Get yourself a Skidoo, folks. I told you this 20 years ago. Go Skidoo. Stop screwing around. Nobody listened to me.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Hey, a few people have asked, did you get to pee?
Yeah, I did pee.
Okay.
I did pee. I stood there on like one leg like a frickin' flamingo and I peed.
Okay, good.
No, I righted myself and I peed and hobbled back to the car.
Okay, good. Yeah. PC2. Here we go.
Greetings. I am the Christmas spirit which haunts this radio station. Ooh, I see you people have lost the true meaning of Christmas. Today you will be visited by three spirits: the weekend guy of Christmas past, the engineer of Christmas present, and the intern of Christmas future. Ooh, I'd hate to be in your shoes.
Hi, gang! Weekend guy of Christmas past here. You know, I was playing Afternoon Delight, the 1976 #1 single by the Starland Vocal Band, when I passed away right in this building. It was 65 degrees in the big city with weather and traffic on the 8s. I was just about to do Battle of the Sexes when the old ticker gave out.
Oh, for God's sakes, what have you people done now? Engineer of Christmas present here. Obviously, you didn't read any of the technical manuals I handed out, and now something's broken.
Hey, dudes, what's going on? Intern of Christmas future. Dude, can I get some concert tickets? Got any movie passes? Hey, I met this chick last night. I told her she could be on the air. Is that All cool? right, people. Dude, people, please. Oh, dear. I'm sorry. I didn't know they'd all be arriving at the same time. I also thought they might have something of value to tell you. This is just awkward and embarrassing. People, get out! Humiliated me in front of all these people on the radio.
It's true. This is very strange. We have an unsolved mystery in Nebraska. Frightening mystery playing out along a busy highway in rural Nebraska. Multiple drivers involved in separate crashes on Highway 36 in Bennington say the same man was the first person to arrive at the crash site and offer help. Even stranger, all the crashes involved the vehicles hitting an object that was in the roadway. And now drivers are wondering if those objects were placed there on purpose.
By the helper, strange Samaritan.
Right, exactly. Yeah, is he just,
That's like
it's like the firemen that start fires to put them out?
Yeah, man. 'Cause
Totally.
They want to be heroes.
One of those
What
drivers...
do they call that? There's a condition for that. What do they call that?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a very specific condition that's called. No, there's a therapy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it up. God.
Jesus Christ. Have a drink.
Well, you ask the stupidest questions when I'm in the middle of a story.
Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter.
I don't know either.
I'll
I'm
look
just not. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Go ahead.
Good. I'm glad you're gonna look it up,
Good.
and then you're not gonna pay attention to the goddamn thing I'm
Good.
saying.
Good.
Anyway, one of those drivers is named Garrison Beach, which is a pretty badass name. My name is Garrison Beach.
Good vibes.
Cresting a hill while traveling on Highway 36 in the dark, Beach swerved to avoid hitting an object in the roadway on Sunday night. I didn't want to crash head-on into a big piece of metal in the middle of the road going 60 miles an hour, so I just tried to swerve out of the way. You're not supposed to swerve, but whatever. He overcorrected, and his Toyota Camry barreled through a wire guardrail and down a ravine. And his wife, Skylar Beach, was riding it out in the passenger seat. It was pretty scary, Skylar said. I remember screaming, and I wasn't sure when we'd start rolling, but we were fortunate to walk away from the accident. The crash wouldn't be the couple's only shock of the evening, though. Startled as they fast approached the object in the road, they looked over and noticed a vehicle parked on with the headlights on as if someone was keeping watch on the intersection. As soon as we got out of the car, I remember walking up the embankment and this guy showed up. He was already there, like waiting for us up on the side of the road and said, "Are you guys okay? I've called the paramedics already."
Jesus.
Right?
I'm here to collect.
Garrison Beach said they declined the offer for help. And he was like, "Hey, do you want to get in my car?" That's weird.
Yes.
Hey, that's my move.
I know, and we've been friends ever since. It was just very odd, Skylar said. As soon as we said, no, we're going to wait for the police, he just kind of walked back to his car. The man left before they got his name. He doesn't seem to be a stranger to similar incidents on Highway 36. Kyle Sorensen can attest. I had a kid's bike that had been left right in the center of the road. That's weird. As I looked in my rearview mirror, I saw someone sitting there on Pawnee Road. They just pulled up behind me, and it was this individual saying he was checking to make sure we were okay. Seeing little damage to his vehicle, Kyle left. But later, near the same place along the highway, his wife spotted the same man behind another car leaking oil on the roadway. In 2 weeks, this has been 3 incidents where he was immediately the first person on the scene. It seems strange.
Somebody might be the cause?
Even stranger, about 2 weeks later, Sorensen would see the same man from his incident at the crash scene of his friends, Garrison and Skylar. I really didn't want to confront the person, but I informed the police. I don't want to accuse the person and say that he's doing this, but I am aware that this is strange. Feeling likely to have survived the crash, the Beaches...
A couple of beaches?
Now wonder if the object sitting in their lane was simply bad luck or not an accident at all. We definitely want some answers on why he's doing what he's doing. We just don't want this to keep happening to other people or if something worse were to happen. Douglas County Sheriff is investigating multiple incidents of objects lying on driving lanes of Highway 36 near Bennington. It's a main route to a landfill, so deputies are like, hey, is debris just falling off of vehicles on their way to the dump, you know? Or is it being placed there on purpose? 2 other residents have also reported being involved in similar situations, with police saying their investigation is continuing. We have a potential suspect in mind, and we're continuing with an investigation right now. We have a subject of interest that we are honing in on. Very
so what
strange.
Do you think? He's like leaving stuff and doing that? Or do you think he just happens to be there at the right time?
Well, it's strange that he's there.
Yeah. Why is he out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, unless, does he live on that road? But what are the odds that you're going to be out and about at the same time all these people are? And then also, what was that movie?
Hills Have Eyes.
With it is Nebraska. You are correct.
We're going to take a shortcut to Vegas, to the Hoover Dam. Let's go through that way. Let's go on the road with no signs posted.
No, with the murder car. Where he would cause the accidents.
Oh.
The Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I know.
Death Proof.
Death Proof. Yeah, Kurt Russell, right?
Totally, yeah.
Yes. Good call. That's a great call.
Yeah, where he would cause the accidents for people.
The symptom we're looking for when firefighters, it's called firefighter arson. Arsonists are attracted to fire departments for the same reason pedophiles are attracted to daycare centers. We see this in other professions. There have been nurses, doctors that deliberately sicken or even kill patients. Mechanics who purposely damage vehicles. They've got over 200 people caught in fire departments starting fires.
Yeah.
They're suicidal, they have depression, and they're bored sitting around the fire station all day.
Like DJ's causing dead air.
Well, no, that's no accident. I don't know.
That's perfect incompetence. That's
So it's like you apply. You're applying for jobs you want to abuse, which is why remember I wanted to be a gynecologist.
Hey, bud, they ain't all 10s. I'm going to tell you that.
This is lovely. Let me call my assistant, Lance. Lance, come and look at this.
What is that?
Forceps. Anyways, crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty weird, isn't it?
Spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Garrison Beach.
Yeah, think about that.
Maybe he's causing it so that he can be the good guy, like he was just saying with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're thinking.
Or he's just weird.
Yeah, he just wants to see a vehicle crash.
Yeah.
Super strange.
Weird fetish. Go to the stock car derby and give yourself,
Well, he wants to be like the hero,
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Like
of course.
he's like, I already called the
But
paramedics.
you can only do that twice without looking like
on
a
the same spot.
like
You
a
just
serial
happen
killer.
to be there
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
This reminds me of what was it? What trail was that? Where they had the line across the pathway.
The Pilgrims.
No, they had to.
Oregon Trail.
That
Oregon Trail.
Fishing line across the bike path.
Oh yeah. Here on the Madison bicycle paths. That's right. I forgot about that. And they
clothesline people.
Yeah, they caught that dude. But didn't he say? I mean, right there. Yeah, that's a great example. I'm looking out for the safety of the bike path, so people slow down and stuff, dude. And if they're dead and decapitated, they'll
that
slow
means they
down.
were going too fast.
It's their fault, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a sicko.
So dumb.
They gave him a break, and they shouldn't have. I would have thrown that dude in jail for 5 years.
They did give him a break.
All right.
I
Dan.
Facebook stalked that guy too.
How about that?
Did you? Oh yeah.
What's his deal?
Didn't they leave it?
He was super weird.
They let him go, didn't they?
I can't remember now.
The Madison Bike Path Fishing Line caper.
Caper.
Yeah, I remember we had like a mutual Facebook friend too. Yeah, he was a strange one. He looked exactly like you thought he would.
Yeah. Oh, completely. Yeah, he's a basement
dweller.
Total basement dweller.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He had VHS tapes everywhere. I remember that too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And then they did a stakeout and caught him, I think, putting a fishing line up. I think it was getting so bad they had to do surveillance.
It was
around
cords, wasn't it? It was like HDMI cords or something.
I think it was like an HDMI cord.
Yeah.
Well, you would think you would use something cheaper. How long was this HDMI cord?
I know.
Jeez.
I got 10-footers.
Yeah, here.
You need more 10 feet.
In the summer of 2023, a Madison man hung a wire across a bike path bridge, creating a booby trap that caught at least one cyclist. The man told the cops he hung the wire because he thought the bridge was unsafe. He was sent into probation. I would have thrown that son of a bitch in for 5 years.
Yeah, because I mean, maybe they just sentenced him to that because they're like, okay, he's not intelligent enough to actually come up with anything that's going to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the whole deal. Like, he can sit and plot all he wants. It's not going to be anything
He's
major.
like Wile E. Coyote of Madison.
Right, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's how they caught him. That's how they caught him. There was a black telephone cable-like cord. Photos sent by the biker to the officer showed a large bruise.
oh, they found DNA on the cords. Thank you, texter.
No, they did not.
No, yuck. Did they taste it?
He was trying to goop people's
It was a
necks.
taste test. They're like, oh, I recognize this.
Yeah.
Imprinting pearl necklaces. That's what
The hell?
Here. The complaint says his name's Tesmer. Here, I don't know if you remember this. The complaint states Tesmer dropped his head, and when they were interviewing him, and he started crying, saying, "I don't know what to say." I would have given him an extra year just for sitting there crying like a little bitch. The detective asked why he would do it, and Tesmer paused and allegedly said he didn't want anyone to get hurt. Complaint called Tesmer saying he didn't feel safe on a bridge. Also, he didn't report any safety concerns.
He's crying like he hit his shin on a trailer hitch.
I didn't cry. I may have pouted, but I didn't cry.
He did an ugly cry. My ouchie. Kristen, kiss my ouchie.
Yeah, right. Last time I tell you guys my secret. I tell you guys
I doubt that.
Don't worry, it's on camera, dude.
Any more story? Oh, yeah.
I'm going up there to see if they got that.
Probably is.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.